Alright, so as the Eligo Mars keeps doing its thing, which will take around 4 hours, and you'll see also the updated add-ons for my Imperial Knight, which I was promising for ages and I still haven't done. So I'm doing the Dr. Octopus addition to the Imperial Knight, and then I'm going to also print the mechanical wings for it. But while that happens, which will take a bit as I said, I'm going to open the other printer. I ordered a Creality Ender 3 Max. So apparently with this one, it's so big, and you can see it from the box, that I can print an entire helmet at once without having to cut it into pieces. So that's exactly what I'm going to do as my first print once this is built. I'm going to try and make an Ironman helmet all at once, but not close. I'm going to have the mask printed separately so that I can give it the mechanical parts to open and light up and everything as usual. Alright, so let's open this big boy up and see what's inside. Oh, not light. This is a lot more stuff than my previous Mars, my previous Ender 3, but more or less similar stuff. Yeah, looks more or less the same. It's just bigger. So if you haven't seen an Ender 3 before, I advise that you find one, because this is one of the best printers I've had until now. Extra PLA filament here. Has the same interface as a normal Ender 3, which I actually prefer. The digital one kind of is restrictive and less fast than I wish it to be. So there you go. The typical Ender 3 display. Put it down there. I'll just unpack it and see how much is built and how much is not. So usual British plug. Oh, this is different. This is normally much thicker, so I'm guessing it's a new type of voltage input. Damage for well, hopefully smaller means better, because these things are very important. If this burns up, it burns up everything else, so this has to be the perfectly calibrated one that doesn't have any issues. I've had problems before with Ender 3s, but not as many as I've had with the resin printer, so hopefully that will keep on being the case. I'll just have really good prints, and then slowly it will decay to the point that I'll need to either buy another one or fix it completely by changing everything inside. That's what I did with my previous Ender 3, but then I couldn't bring it with me, and I sold it in my previous place. So big spool, you can hold much more with this one. Ooh. And the frame is already built, so I don't have to do a huge amount of things. Yeah. It's already connected also, so it's difficult to separate them. There's definitely gonna be too tall to place on the scaffolding, unless I change the position of the scaffolding. Let's remove some of this protective material so I can take it out. But this is definitely much bigger than I expected. I know it has the measurements, but you never expect it to be this big. So the plate is gigantic. You can definitely print the entire helmet with it. There you go. Whew. This is going to be tall. Well, we'll have to take a couple of measurements before I take anything out, otherwise I can't do anything. So let's see. tape measure. Well, 60 centimeters. Definitely taller. Maybe I can move this, or maybe to vibrate more and create a problem also with the other print. Where can I put it? I could place it in that corner. How wide is it? 50 centimeters. Yeah, definitely fits in the corner. So I'm gonna move the fencing kit to the right corner and place the ender tree on the floor there, which probably will also help with the vibration because it tends to vibrate quite a lot. Hopefully the cat will not disturb it because it's a moving printer. I've had it before. And well, I'll put something else on the next to the other two printers, which are also very near to each other, so I don't like that later. Alright, so I'll take out the platform. Let's see this. It's on the floor. These are very big mechanical pieces, so don't worry, they're quite sturdy and resistant. Nothing's gonna happen to them. Also with this fluff in here, so I'm gonna just put back the fluff. Still, you can use this stuff to make amazing scenarios. I'm gonna show you later with Warhammer. As long as this one works, otherwise I'll send it back in the same box. Alright. Okay. So after a bit of tinkering and opening windows because it was getting really hot in here and moving around, I decided that the printer should go next to the other printers. I'll just move this bar a bit higher and put the top up here, probably a bit higher than the printer itself. You never know, you might need it. But anyway, the printer is not that difficult to build. That's why I didn't really film it, because basically there were 4 bolts to put on the sides here. This power supply built in, just put 2 bolts here, and that's it. It's done. Once that printer is finished, I'm gonna just move this up, otherwise I don't want to disturb the liquid moving around and maybe mess up the print. And I'm gonna test this one by printing a full helmet in here and see how it goes. So I'll let you know after. So what are you looking at here? This is the Ironman Helmet, part of it. I've been doing a bit of wood filling because well, there are always imperfections when you're doing 3D printing, always mistakes. It never comes out perfect, so you have to be ready to do a lot of wood filling and then a lot of sanding on top of it. I've been sanding most of it, and most of it is actually smooth. I'm gonna smoothen out a few more of these cracks, and then I'm gonna start putting the base coat, which will make the helmet a lot more shiny and smooth than this. The next thing will be the mask that is printing, and I'm gonna connect the jaw down here. This one needs wood filling too, because it's missing some parts that we did not print properly. And then after this, we'll start working on the aesthetics of the external part and go on to the electronics. Alright, so whoever said that sanding these things is easy and quick has never shown how it is done on the internet. I have literally spent 2 hours sanding all the wood filling that I placed on the helmet for all the details that were a bit rough. First dry sanded because it needs more like smoothing, and all the angles need to be done properly, and then wet sanding so that everything becomes shiny and smooth. This is an excruciatingly long process. After printing, especially with PLA, I don't know if ABS is better, but I really don't want to suffocate in my room printing ABS. But if you're printing with PLA, be ready to sand a lot. Be ready to work a lot on your sanding. But anyway, I built the main structure of the helmet. I also put the hinges already. So basically the hinges are just here, and they pull the helmet back like that. Then I need to add another hinge at the top so that it holds it from both falling back down and doing this thing which is like side movements. It has to go up and down in a straight movement so that when it drops, it directly goes into place without having this little wiggling thing. This will be done in a bit. First, I'm gonna try and paint it properly. I already primed it once. I think I'm gonna reprime it a little bit, and then I'm gonna put the actual original colors of the Ironman helmet. My previous one was white and black. This one's gonna be the original golden and red, Ferrari red helmet. So I'll update you as soon as everything else is done.